Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope-A-Dope Report. I am your host, Chris Carlson. Make sure you check out Rope-A-Dope Radio. You can listen to the show live there. You can listen to some archives. The rest of the archives are on blogtalkradio.com/Rope-A-Dope Radio. We have news there. We have articles. We have a schedule. We have polls. Make sure you check out the new Rope-A-Dope Radio if you want to write for us or you're interested in doing some PR work, anything like that. Just contact us right on ropeadoperadio.com. It's been a little bit since I made a video. This November and December is going to be a hell of a close. We've talked a lot about on the show that we've had a lot of prospects this summer, and we did get some good fights. They just weren't the big fights this summer. August had a hell of a run into September with some major upsets and some good, solid fights all the way through September. And October has been quiet, obviously, with the Super 6 and all that. But this is a fight that's coming in December. It's going to be at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, Nevada. Amir Khan versus Marcos Maidana. Now, I like this fight a lot for a number of reasons. Amir Khan has been a guy that he fought Kotelnik, which is a very, very solid opponent at 140, which we just recently found out when, Kotelnik really pushed and tested it, and most people think beat. Hold on. I can return that call. Anyway, most people think that Kotelnik beat Alexander. It was a really tight fight. So Kotelnik's very solid. He fought Paulie Malignaggi not too long ago, although it was in May now. So I guess it was a little while ago. He looked good. Amir Khan's been improving, and I got to give him credit. He's improved some of his defense. He's improved even his jab. He's improved his footwork, his in and out. He still has that tendency to steal rounds and to flurry. He flurries very well, and he has extreme hand speed. We all know that. But what I like about this is Maidana at 140 is a very solid opponent. But I also like this fight because I think that Maidana's style can make Amir Khan, some people are calling it a showcase fight, like, showcase, he'll just devour him. I'm not ready to say that just yet. But I think he's got a very good chance at winning looking good. Like I said, Amir Khan, as long as he doesn't go back to his tendency, and when you're in a brawl type situation, or a guy that likes to brawl with you and likes to close the gap and get you on the ropes, and Maidana has straight punches, a good straight right hand. He uses a jab sometimes. His hooks get a little wild. Sometimes he lunges a little bit too much and tries to go for the big shot at times. But overall, for a come-forward fighter, he can close off the ring, pretty well. And he's a straight puncher. His straight right hands, anyway. Not all the time, but he can punch straight. Versus Chop Chop Corley, he looked a little out of shape. He looked like he was, getting his wind and adjusted himself, and he didn't look himself all the way in that fight. Some people say, who knows, maybe he got a little injured at camp. Maybe he was having some issues. All around, who knows exactly what happened there. But in his last fight before that against Victor Cayo, he looked good. He's a guy that will work that body. He can take punishment and keep coming back and give you punishment. So I really like Maidana, and just to silence the critics out there, this is a perfect fight. I like it because Maidana is getting an opportunity at a big fight, which he deserves, and he's worked for very hard, and he has the wins and the mandatory and all that thing. He deserves this shot. And Amir Khan can also fight a guy that can punch, and we know he can. Like I said, he'll get knocked down, but he can come back and he can recoup pretty well. But Amir Khan can face a guy that, is legit at 140. And I think he needs to get back in there just for his mind frame and people, the critics out there. And, you know, they are right. The critics are right somewhat about his chin. You can't sit there and say that the guy needs to not be tested, you know. And so I think that this is, I can see both sides of the situation. I can see why people say, hey, why do you hate on Amir Khan? I can also see the haters in this situation because he did get knocked out so quick. So let's break down the fight a little bit, and I'll shut up because I've been kind of blabbing on this video for some reason. Maybe I'm just excited because I made one a little bit. I'll shut up. Anyway, I do like the style of coming forward. If you look at that Victor Ortiz fight, Ortiz just got loose in there. But when he was jabbing and being smart and being more patient, he was able to land. Even a guy like Victor Caio had his successes. A guy like Chop Chop Corley was getting in and out, and circling him and moving it away from him, and had plenty of success. And a guy like Victor Caio is not a slow-handed guy. Either is Corley. He's older, but he's not a slow-handed guy. He's got good hand speed. He's been in there with a lot of people. So, you know, this fight could go either way as far as the early rounds. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes Maidana, if ever, if he can really catch up to Amir Khan. The thing about Amir Khan, and I think he will catch up to him because Amir Khan can move a little bit here and there, but, you know, encircle his opponent and get his flurries off and move and adjust and hold as well. But he hasn't necessarily shown all the way that he can box all the way against a superior guy coming forward, which I think he's a fairly superior type, very solid type come forward fighter in Maidana. I think we all can somewhat agree about, about that. So we're going to see Amir Khan in his all-around boxing skills on display. And we're going to see some more movement on him too. And also, I think if he's got that great jab, if he sets up that jab and flurries, and I've noticed even in his last fight against Paulie Malignaggi, he was jabbing to the chest as well. He wasn't just jabbing to the head. He was jabbing to the body, jabbing to the chest. He's trying to get his left hooks. He can counter in there at times. He's got blazing hand speed. We all know that. He flurries, he steals rounds. He's becoming better and better, but I want to see him move, and I think he's going to get a chance to move even more in this fight and see really how long he's been going. Because, you know, with Kotelnik's like kind of is a good, solid fighter. I like him a lot. I thought he beat Delvin Alexander, but, you know, he doesn't necessarily come forward at you. He's not the easiest guy to hit all the time, nothing like that, but he's very fundamental, but he's not like Maidana, who will take a couple shots to get his shots off, and he'll dig to the body, and he's got a whole lot of power. So it'll be interesting to see Amir Khan in this situation where he's got to be on the move, but also it'll be interesting to see him in the center of the ring and trying to, you know, go at him behind his jab, because I do believe at some point, and I don't know if it'll be early or mid, I'd say early and mid, maybe after a couple rounds of feeling him out and winning, because I do think Amir Khan will have the lead no matter what in this fight. But I think at some point Amir's going to get a little confident and come forward as well. And come forward, you know, with his head and flurries and use angles and his footwork and his jab and his combos and his hand speed, and not necessarily come forward to brawl. Because if he comes forward to brawl, he's going to get hurt. So I'm going to go with Amir Khan, but I give Marcos Maidana more than a puncher's chance. Because he can close the gap, he goes to the body, he can throw a straight right hand, and the guy can take punishment and give it out, like I said before. So I am going to go with, and I believe that Amir Khan, he can stop him. But I think it may be more of an overall TKO style stop. So I'm going to go with Amir Khan by decision, or more of like a later round TKO style. But I have Amir Khan winning this fight. Like I said, make sure you check out Rope-A-Dope Radio. Comment below. Check out the links. And peace.